Joining us live in studio this morning are Trevor Hurd and Jenna Brannaman, Wartburg's recently elected interim student body president and vice president. Thank you both for making it to be here with us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Let's start with your victory in the elections last week. What were your initial reactions when you both found out that you'd won?
I think we both were very excited, but more than anything realized that this is only the first step into what we want to do, what we want to accomplish in these positions, and really the work has just begun.
Mm-hmm. Don't get us wrong, it was a little nerve-wracking, but the work that we put into it was only, like Trevor said, a start of what we hope to put into the student body.
Mm-hmm. Going back to the beginning, how did your campaign start? Who approached you?
I'd say in a way it was mutual. I had asked Jenna if she was interested in or what her plans were, simply because if she was going to run for president, I was pretty sure I wasn't going to, because she is very accomplished and has a lot of background history with Senate, and so it was more so just kind of getting an idea of what she was interested in, and I found out that she was interested in vice president, I was interested in president, and so I asked her, and it blossomed from there.
I think we mutually approached each other at the same day. It was kind of a interesting situation, but we had the same values and goals in mind, so that really helped our campaign blossom.
Okay. With your successful campaign platform winning you the election, how did you come up with it?
So the first thing is we attempted to identify some of the major issues on campus, and so anything like sexual assault and racial discrimination are always going to be prominent, and so that was one of the first things that we started to have discussions about. She had met with Ashley Lang about incorporating a bystander intervention program. Another major one would be diversity. College campuses have so much diversity, and they have so much potential to use that diversity to help the student body, and so having student engagement and inclusion also became very important aspects of our campaign that we tried to incorporate into the debate, and hopefully will incorporate into our presidency.
If there were any difficulties, how did you overcome them throughout your campaign? What were they? What did you face?
I think Trevor and I really ultimately had conversation,
Yeah.
not only between each other as running partners, but with the student body and the faculty and staff, ensuring that their voices were heard and we're here to serve to lead them. So having those conversations was very important.
Now that you've been victorious, what comes next?
So obviously, in the procedure would be to start to learn the positions, and I think the real first thing would be to appoint the positions such as academic ombudsperson, administrative ombudsperson. Most importantly, it's just, I think, learning, making sure that we're going to be able to do a very good job, because ultimately winning is not anything unless you successfully execute the positions.
And for me, a little fun side note is planning Outfly is the big thing in the back of our minds, so we'll keep you posted on that.
Have you gotten any tips from the current president and vice president?
Yeah, I've been in contact with Josh on numerous occasions. I think he's very excited. And so I'm just having a working conversation with him. I'm actually meeting with him today to continue to understand the position and what's going to be necessary for me.
I think it took a week to kind of let it set in and for us to catch up on even our schoolwork, but in the future we're looking to use their knowledge to the best of our ability.
Okay, and what are your biggest hopes for next year as the leaders of Wartburg student government?
I think the number one thing is to maintain the approachability that we already have, the connections that we already have, and to continue to build those connections, because ultimately, and we've said it time and time again, that these positions are the top servants that we have at our school. They have the ability to represent the student body and put those ideas that the student body has into action. And so that's probably the number one goal, as it should be, for our platform and our campaign and our presidency and vice presidency.
I think internally and externally we want to utilize our motto of serve to lead. Not only leading and serving the student body, but ensuring that the student senate itself is running well for the best it can be.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have. Jenna and Trevor, thank you so much for coming in this morning.